Hi, this is Nikki and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are on this journey to love. And so it's another beautiful day here in the UK, and I just wanted to share today a message that came through in someone's healing yesterday. And it was quite a specific healing around their twins, a part of their body. And that's all I'm going to say. But later on, how Spirit works to confirm messages is quite amazing, because I was watching an auction program, and in the auction program they were auctioning, somebody came in that had a piece of this human body part, and when they researched it, it was used as a Tibetan tool, and it's an ancient Tibetan tool. And what it was used for was to break down the ego. So it was such an amazing way to show that actually, for that particular healing, it was about, part of what they're going to be going through is breaking down the ego and, being humble and, really getting in touch with, I guess, their kind of, their heart, basically. And so it was quite amazing. The other thing that I said, like, it's so amazing how everyone works together, because I was doing a reading for my mum in the evening, and my mum, I've said before, if you follow my channel, then she's also in a twin dynamic, although she's not fully aware of it. But her twin flame number is 51, and right before I started her reading, a lady emailed me about number 51, so I could say to my mum, I showed her the email and I said, look, he's already checked in, his energy's here. And of course my mum was like, what? That's just, because that's the thing, when you start to realize it, that their energy is all around you, then it really is a miracle, because you realize that actually they're always with you to hold your hand. So I'm going to read out number 51, because that needs to come out today, of the book, which is the Divine Love Letters. The other thing that I'm going to recommend is, I've just listened to Sherry from NFGC Tarot, and the brilliant thing is that the overall guidance was by the book, which I just thought was such a great nod from the Divine Masculine, because of course these books are such an amazing way to keep grounded in the energy of your twin, right? And so just as I can see with my mum, because she is, she's also just sort of new to spiritually awakening and all of that stuff, I'm kind of very hesitant about it, because, like lots of people, suddenly doubts and fears creep in, and like every week I say the same thing: you have to focus on the spiritual connection and really, realize that you're together and there's no separation and all of those things, because of course that's what gives you the comfort and seeing the beauty in that. But of course every week then the next thing she says is the same thing again: but he's not here. I'm like, oh my god, Groundhog Day. But that's the thing, you have to appreciate the journey and how beautiful it is, and how first and foremost it is a spiritual connection, right? And then trusting in a bigger picture that will bring you together at the right time. But if there's any sense of having this kind of anger towards them because they're not here yet, or they're not doing this right, or they're not doing that right, then to be honest, you're in the wrong place, because you're not honouring their journey as well. But there's a difference, because if they are, your true twin will not do anything to try and hurt you, right? Because if they're not doing things like not messaging you, or not, pulling back and pushing away, it's not to want to hurt you, it's because they are on their own journey and they're dealing with their own fears and doubts, which is why the more that you can not let that affect you, the more you can see it objectively to understand that, okay, they need their own journey, they need their own space, because actually we're going to be brought together at the right time by a divine guidance, right? Then it allows you to take pleasure in the journey and not have this sense of anger, because that's another thing I'm getting. People feeling incredibly frustrated, and it's like, why aren't they here? And I am so basically I'm so upset that I've been alone for all this time. And it's like, well, you haven't been because you've had this amazing spiritual connection, which is so incredible. And yes, that is a challenging journey, but at the same time, if you really, really think about the bigger picture and think about how incredible that is, because it means that there is a creator and we are created together, and we do have somebody that's the other half of our soul, and they are here to hold your hand and make you have the best life you can. And if they're not here in the physical, it's because they're on their own journey, right? And believing in that amazing journey, which is so magical, right? And so it's always taking yourself out of your individual situation and remembering the bigger picture. Right, so with that, I'm going to read letter number 51 because this is what needs to be heard today. And so, this is why it's so amazing, because that lady obviously had no idea that I was just about to do a reading for my mum, or that my mum's letter was number 51. So, I want you to know that our love is deeper than the oceans, higher than the clouds in the sky, and more encompassing than all of the oxygen in all the world, keeping all the animals and plants alive. Our love is what keeps humanity alive. Our love is needed to raise this beautiful planet to the next level. You know that this is our truth. You know that this is what we are here to do. You know this is what we came for, to find each other, to find love, to embody love, to emanate love, to radiate love and light, and be beams of crystalline pillars of light and love. Well, there you go. So it just shows you how amazing this journey is, because don't forget, you're here to be crystalline pillars of love and light. And then I asked for a golden path guidance, and it was rose petals. So the path is beginning to clear, and all obstacles will soon vanish. Your time of waiting is over, and you move forward with confidence and renewed clarity. The blocks and challenges you've faced in recent months were essential to your ultimate success. Sometimes it's best to wait, and sometimes the universe acts on our behalf. For just as nature has her seasons, we too have our seasons. We must respect life's ebb and flow. There is a time to move and a time to be still, and now is your time. Your dreams come to fruition, and it feels like rose petals fall down from heaven. Enjoy the journey. And the affirmations are this: I am one with the natural flow and rhythm of life. All in my life comes to fruition at the most perfect time. I am guided by the power of the universe and the power of all heaven and earth. I now move forward with confidence and ease. Well, there you go. Again, beautiful guidance to say stay on track, you know, lift yourself out of your current situation and look at the bigger picture, and look at we're all here to raise our light. So don't feel like, you know, if you are feeling that sense of a bit annoyance that they're not, you know, that they're not responding to you, or they're not doing things that you think that they should be doing, then take the focus off them and put the focus onto you. What are you doing to really spread your light? What are you doing to really nurture your own spiritual connection? What are you doing to nurture your own spiritual connection with the universe, you know? Because once you do that, then the relationship really becomes a secondary thing because you just know it's going to happen. So it's not about that anymore, because you feel them everywhere around you. And so that's the biggest thing, is to really touch in with your own spiritual awareness of your own soul journey. And when you do that, everything else becomes clear. So I hope that helps. Anyway, I hope if you want to have a healing or a reading or a letter, then please do. I am getting through the healings, like I say, over the next 4 to 5 days. So just set the intent for the healing to go for your highest good, and you will receive your healing right up over the next 4 to 5 days. All right, I hope that helps. And remember, you are all here to create pillars of love and light. So trust in this beautiful journey, and let's see what unfolds next. All right, and watch NFCG, NFGC. Honestly, her readings are so spot on. Other people that are using the book, the Divine Love Letters book, on their channel are Twins in Union, Emily, and also Twin Flame Magic as well. Anyone else who starts to use the book, please let me know on their channels, and then I can give you a shout out too. And if you put, there it is, and if you can put the link in the description box so people can buy it, that would be great. All right, because we want to have, this is so perfect that basically Sherry on NFC Tarot, in her, both of her readings, both the masculine read and the twin flame read, it mentions the book. And I was like, oh, that's so great. Because you know what, my guidance around this book was all about, look, collecting these messages from everyone's twins, putting them in a book is grounding that energy, right? When you write it down, that's why people write journals, right? That's why we're told to write journals, because it's bringing spirit into matter. That's why we write our manifestations. That's why we write our intentions out. So writing these messages from the 5D brings it and grounds it into the 3D, or spirit into matter, spirituality into reality, right? So there's a reason, there's always a reason why we're guided to do things. So trust, trust, trust in the journey, and the fact that it's popping up, buying the book. I just love it, it's so great. So trust, trust, trust in your journey. All right, take care. And thank you for being part of mine. All right, bye.